Marvel Snap, the newest card game to launch, a very fast-paced game, just dropped very recently, and I want to break down the pros and cons for the game. Starting off with the first pro right here is it's free to play friendly, very free to play friendly. I've been playing the game. I just finally purchased something very recently. I just bought the battle pass and the welcome bundle, but up until that, like you really don't even have to buy it. You get so many rewards just for playing the game. It's very play to earn, and that's exactly what you want in a game. The next pro is that it is very quick. The games are very quick. I believe it's 3 minutes or under for the most part. Yes, there is a bunch of RNG in the game at various times with the locations and the really crazy things that could happen in a game, but uh, the fact that the games are quick, that does mean that if you do get screwed over by RNG, you just hop into the next game. You don't feel too bad about it. Really good thing about the game. It's of course a mobile first game, so you do want the games to be quick as well. PvP is very skill intensive. That's what we want to see. Of course, sometimes you might just lose because of random luck from one of the locations, or your opponent gets very lucky. But for the most part, it's very skill intensive. There's so many decisions you can make. There's so many different ways you can play out these games, and that's a really good sign in any kind of game. The next thing is the snap mechanic. I think this is a really big deal. This is something that I've never seen in a game before, especially a card game, is where you can basically double down on the game. You're basically betting your MMR against your opponent, and you can double the amount of ranking or MMR that you play for in these games. And this is a really cool mechanic. It's something that's you can do multiple things with this. So the obvious thing is that if you're winning, then you want to snap to just capitalize on your position and get some more cubes out of your opponent. But also there is a bluff element with this snap mechanic. So maybe it seems like you're in a good position and you have like you're going to close out the game, but in reality your hand is really bad and you're not going to be able to, you know that you're not going to be able to close it out. So what you could do is you could take a risk and you could snap and make it so maybe your opponent will retreat instead of playing out the game. And you could basically fool them into thinking that you have something very good when in reality you don't. So this mechanic is really awesome, and it allows you, especially as a good player, to go through the ranks very quickly and capitalize on when your opponents make mistakes or when you get lucky. Another pro is the endless skills and upgrades for your cards. There's really just limitless amount of skins because if you know the Marvel universe, there is so many heroes. There's so many alternate arts for every single hero. They can do an infinite amount of things with these heroes in the game. So there's so many skins that you can always buy. You can always upgrade your cards. You could always upgrading cards doesn't affect the actual card in the game, but it just makes it look cooler. So you can infinitely make your card look cooler and show off your collection when you play the game. The last pro that I have here kind of goes with what I just said before, is that the game looks so good on mobile. I mean, it's a mobile first game, and the animations, the cards, just everything looks so good and clean on mobile. It's insane. I love to play it on the game. Sometimes I'll just like hover. I'll just hold a card in my hand and just move it around just so I can see the effect of the card. Like just like the animations. It just all looks so good. Now we're going to go into the cons of the game. So the first thing, which is a big deal, is that you cannot craft cards in Marvel Snap. And this is a big deal because let's say you have a specific deck that you want to play, or archetype that you want to play more. You cannot craft cards. You have to actually get those cards, and the way that you get cards is you get them randomly when you level up your collection. So there's three different pools in the game, three different pools of cards. So you start on pool number one, then you go to pool number two, and then pool number three as you progress through the collection level. But when you're getting these new cards, like let's say I'm in pool one and I'm getting a random card, it's gonna be a random card from the pool. So I might be getting these cards that I don't really want to play, and the card that I actually do want to play is so much later on in the collection. You never know when you're gonna get it, and it can actually make it so you can't play these decks that you want to play and play the synergies that you want to play. So that's one thing that a lot of people are not so happy about. But also, it's kind of a pro as well because it's cool that everybody unlocks these cards at different stages in their collection. I think the randomness actually is a pretty cool element in the game. The next con is that the skins are very expensive and the battle pass is expensive as well. So, like I said before, it is very free to play friendly. You don't have to buy these things, but if you do want to buy these things, it's going to cost you a pretty penny. These skins are at minimum $10 for a variant art skin for one card, which is really expensive. And the battle pass does cost $10 itself. So if you're gonna buy a skin, you may as well just buy the battle pass. But the battle pass being $10, that's very on point with a lot of other games. The problem is the battle pass is every single month and it's for a mobile game. So it's $10 a month if you really want to buy the battle pass, which does add up pretty quickly. So just something to look out for. Not so crazy about the pricing model there. But that being said, if you do buy the battle pass, you do get your money's worth in the game. Another con is that the beta users did not get wiped. Now, this one is debatable. Now, I did play in the beta, so I do have a pretty good collection, and I basically have a head start over everybody that just got access to the game when it dropped a few days ago. So, yes, for me, it feels good that my collection didn't get wiped and everything, but I do kind of feel bad for the users that didn't get invited to the beta, or users from like the U.S., like a place where because they had released this game in a bunch of different countries before making it available for everybody, and I would feel kind of bad if I was a new player and I knew that people were already like collection level 2000 or something. Like it's kind of annoying that no like that everybody's not starting on the same stage there, but yeah, I mean that's just what I think it's a con. I'm not so crazy about it, even though I am a beta user and I understand that they would not want to reset all the progress that people made on it. It's just kind of it's kind of weird, and I'm not crazy about it. The next thing I have here is that there are a lot of bots. So especially so the way that the matchmaking works is that you get paired against somebody based on their collection level. So for somebody like me, which I played in the beta, I am going to there's not going to be a lot of people that are around my collection level right off the bat. So I currently play against a lot of bot opponents or just like computer opponents, and not so crazy about that. I mean, I want to play against real people. That's just, I mean, that's in any game. If I'm playing an online matchmaking game, I want to play against real people. So hopefully the bots dwindle down as people just progress more with their collection and just play more. But I'm already getting to like a decent rank. I think I'm around 50 or 60, and I'm still getting a lot of bot opponents. So that's kind of sad. But yeah, hopefully as time goes on, it should just get better with that. And the last con that I have right here is the PC version plus streaming right up there. So they did release a PC version when the game launched. It's on Steam. It's free, of course. And as a streamer, it's not really that great at the moment. Like you have to do some work. Like the current PC version is okay. It's a bit zoomed out. It's a little hard for people to see, and it's a little blurry at times. I mean, it looks way better on mobile. I mean, we have in the pro section over there that it looks really good on mobile. It's way better on mobile, but it is playable on Steam. So, I mean, at least it's playable. At least they came out with an early access, and it's only going to get better from here. I mean, the game just came out. They said that they're going to be making it. They're going to make making improvements and everything to it. So yeah, that's my list of pros and cons. I hope it helped you out. I hope you liked it. I hope you agree with me. If you don't, feel free to let me know down below. And yeah, I've been enjoying the game so far. So I hope to see it progress, and I hope to see a competitive scene arise. I hope to see the PC version develop more, and I hope to just see more people get their hands on the game. I mean, every single card game player that I've talked to, that I've heard talk about the game, they seem to love it, including myself. So Really excited for the future of Marvel Snap, and I hope you are too. And I'll be posting some decks that I've been playing with some gameplay very soon, so stay tuned for that. I hope you subscribe to the channel, and have a great night. Thank you.